All right, as the sign says, Aaliyah is having a diamond stud sale, and it's wanted to also show you how easy it is to have an event, to have a diamond stud sale. All you have to do is go to the printer and print one out, and then turn your camera around and go live. So whenever I do a live, it's a little bit to do the event, but it's a little bit to show you that you can do this too. You stand in front of customers, you talk to them all day. Why can't you just turn your phone around and go live? So I did want to talk to you a little bit about stud earrings. I don't leave the house without them. It's like not wearing pants. I think every woman needs a pair of diamond studs. They should be the easiest thing for jewelers to sell. If you do not have enough in your case, I certainly will leave them with you and forget about it. I'm busy and I like doing other things. Also, if I trust you enough to send you earrings, I trust you enough to leave you alone to sell them. So if anyone does not have enough stud earrings, then I'm the place to call. We do lots and lots of memo, but just even in general, diamond studs are awesome. You should show every customer that comes in, if they come in for a watch pattern, no matter what. The Shane Decker thing was, everyone that comes in should be shown a 1-carat diamond. And I always think everyone that comes in should be shown a pair of diamond studs, because there'll always be some graduation, some birthday. Everyone always wants bigger ones. There's always someone looking to upgrade. So a lot of people ask me about my diamond stud prices. I really think for most customers, you have to show them a selection, because 2-carat diamonds can be $1,000 and 2-carat total weights can be $10,000. So you can't say how much your 2-carat total weight diamond earrings. There's a range. It's like how much is a car, So I think the best thing you really have to do when customers are looking for studs is have a whole bunch to show them. Normally, I am not the selection person. I am like, this is the diamond for you. Be really, really confident. When I'm showing engagement rings, I always think you show, 3 max. The whole reason they came to you is because they have too many choices. People go into a retail store because they don't know what they want. If they knew what they want, they would have bought it online. And I think even the same with stud earrings. A lot of times, if they knew what they wanted, they would have just went out and bought it. So it is important to have a selection of studs so that they can really, really see the difference. One thing I like, I guess my in the 2-carat total weight, I do have some kind of favorite price point areas, so I carry the range, but I'd say for 2-carat total weights, I like to be from $2,500 to $3,500, so around $3,000 for a pair of 2-carat total weights. I think that's just a great white eye clean. When anyone asks me for GSI1 studs, I just laugh, or I can't even process it, because why? You're putting money into something you can't see. It's like paying for a beautiful inside of a shirt. No one else sees the inside of a shirt. You don't even see the inside of a shirt, so why would you put money into it? So as long as they're eye clean, I can't imagine a world where anybody needs nicer than that. So if they ask for VS earrings, it's probably because they read too much online. They should put the money into size. Nobody ever asks the color. Nobody ever asks the clarity. They only ask one thing: how big is it? And really for size also, that's why you need to have a lot of stud earrings on hand, because people need to try them on. The woman needs to decide, what size she's comfortable with. Of course, I think the only diamond that's too big is on the ex-wife. Otherwise, there's no such thing as too big, but they like to try them on. And so it's important to have a lot of stud earrings on hand. If you need them, again, I memo consignment. I'm probably the most flexible. I'd say a year. I really leave them a long time. If you haven't sold one pair of earrings in 6 months, I might give you a call and say, hey, let's try something else. But there's plenty of jewelers that I've had studs there for 4 or 5 years. We've adjusted the prices, of course, but I am definitely a great memo house, because I grew up in retail. My father was a jeweler and his father was a jeweler, and I was born and they said it's a jeweler, and I worked in retail, and so I understand retail, and I understand that you have to be flexible with memo and you have to have memo. And so studs are a great thing. Of course, if you have a jewelry store and you have extra diamonds and you broke them out, you should make your own studs. That's a great thing. But if you don't have a match and you do need studs on hand, I think that a wholesaler like me who will leave them with you for a long time, it is really important so customers can compare different sizes and they can compare different qualities. And again, I understand that you need, terms, and you understand that you need longer, because growing up in retail, that's why I'm able to make this group, is because I came from a retail store background, so I know how hard it is. You have to do the lighting. You have to get the back off a tag watch. You have to know an opal doublet. You have to have your website. that is way too much for a jeweler to do. It is too hard for jewelers, and that's why I made Jewelers Helping Jewelers, to try to make it easy. And that's why, as a diamond dealer, I try to make it easy for you also with a memo. So I talked a little bit about the 2 carat total weight studs being around 3,000. For 3 carat total weights, I like to be 7 to 10,000. I think that's really where they look really, really good. They're not deep. They have a lot of sparkle. So 7 to 10,000 is where I like to be for 3 carat total weights. That's your price. That would be what I would recommend for you. And for 4 carat total weights, 15,000, your cost is going to be where it looks good, but there's probably some stuff in there. And then 20,000 is probably where we get eye clean. So that's $10,000 a stone for 4 carat total weights. Those are our better quality and they look really, really good. Every time I go live, it is a little bit to show you my product and remind you I actually do sell diamonds because people don't know that. So I am mostly a diamond dealer, but it's also to show you that you can do this. It's so easy. You just decide to have an event. Let's say it's a sapphire event. Just grab a couple sapphires and start talking. I mean, heck, you do it in front of your customers. You do it whenever you're in front of people. So what's the difference between just turning your phone around and talking? I know that you guys are good talkers. You're salespeople. That's why you are in this business. And so get out there and sell. This is your little kick butt motivational speech that you can go live to. Gary Vaynerchuk, he's my favorite, motivational speaker. And he said, this is how people are going to be selling, that live videos like this are the future. I mean, in China, they're already doing it. People are doing lives like this and they're selling a lot. It's a great way to show your personality, to connect with people, and people can shop from home. And so I really urge you to try your own live videos and to sell live because that's just the way it is. I wish people went into the retail store. I tell everybody to go into a retail jeweler. I want them to go into a retail jeweler, but many times they don't. And so you have to be available. You could even just turn your phone, if you want to do a live like this, you could just turn it on and say, hey, who wants to shop with me? And what are you looking for? And you could run around your store and just shop with people. You could have a live where you don't even have anything planned. Speaking of that, if anyone wants to ask me for any diamonds, you can just drop it below. You can just ask me and I will do it because I want to show you how easy it is for you to do this for your customers. And I wanted to talk about diamond stud earrings. I really have a lot kind of piling up, no tariffs, and I'm not doing any crazy price increases. In fact, I have lowered them because I realized demand is down 50%. Lab has taken 50% of the natural diamond business, and it just is what it is. And whether it is going away or it isn't, nobody knows, but all we know is right now it's 50% of the business. And so natural diamonds, of course, have had to drop their price because if demand goes down, then price has to go down. So we really have dropped our prices considerably. And I have a lot of diamond studs in all the different sizes. Not the small stuff. I'm usually kind of the big guy. I say all the sizes, but I'd say I'm even really starting at carat and a halves. I have a lot of carat and a halves though. Carat and a halves, I start at like $1,400 for the pair. The thing is, you can't price shop diamond studs because someone will say, well, I saw 1 carat total weights for 1,000. And I'm like, well, they could have been terrible. You just don't know what people are actually looking at. So I had somebody the other day, I said, I have 2 carat diamond studs for 3,000. And the lady's like, well, I saw them for 2,000. I'm like, well, yeah, but what did you see? Were they deep? There's just so many factors. And so I really think, mine are great values and they look really awesome and they sparkle a lot more than they do on my live video, on my Android phone, which probably does not even take very good video, but they do sparkle a lot more. But I really don't think you can just compare, say, oh, this guy's got it cheaper, because that's not how studs work. You can't really know. It's like you have to look at each diamond and decide. Plus, again, I think you should memo from me because I'm super flexible, while other people call you back in like 3 weeks and they want them back, and what's even the point? You haven't even tagged them by then. But because I grew up in retail, I know that it takes time to tag it and get in your case and get it set up. And so if I send you diamond studs for consignment, I don't bug you. I'm looking to see if anything else. I do carry Clarity Enhanced because I'm a big fan of Clarity Enhanced. If they were a little bit less, I probably wouldn't sell them, but they're half. They are half the price. They're still mined in the ground, and they have really held their value, even with the price drops and everything. Clarity Enhanced diamond. So that is where it's mined in the ground and the color's natural, but there's a little feather in it, and they fill it with a substance that has the same reflective index as a diamond. So actually when your eye looks at it, it sees diamond. It's there. The feather's there. There's still I1, but there's a little trick to your eye so you don't see it. And these, of course, are great for studs because they're valuable, they're mined, they're natural, they're beautiful. They just look a little better when you look at them. And again, the savings is about 50%. So a Clarity Enhanced diamond, with a drill or a fill is half of the price. And I always compare it to, like, let's say a car had a dent. and they repaired the dent, and you can't see that the car ever had the dent, and now you can buy that car for half price, you're going to buy that car, you know, and that's the exact same thing. This diamonds had a little imperfection. We fixed it, and now you can buy the same diamond for half the money. I don't see why anybody wouldn't. I think that's an extremely good value. And again, the prices are stable, which makes them better than lab. So, natural diamond stud earrings is what I'm showing off today. I'd love to talk about them. Again, I think cut is everything. That's where you get the sparkle. So I really, really try to have the best cuts. Cut. I really am a small table buff. At GIA, when I was in school, I was the crown angle queen. I could just tell any crown angle percentage right on. I know you're all super impressed. Also table percentages. I'm really good at nailing it. I'll look at it, I'll be like 56 and I'll be right. So, again, I know you're just wowed by my knowledge, but I had to pay 10 grand, to go to GIA in California. So good thing I got something out of it. Now I know crown angles. Sorry. Yes. GIA is wonderful. We do love them. I had a really fun time out at gemology school, and I am glad I'm glad I went there. Especially now I can pick up the best cuts for you. So I wanted to show off some diamond studs. Remind you, I'm a diamond dealer. In case you forgot, I'm a 5th generation, and for 23 years, I used to go on the road selling diamonds. Now, because of the internet and because of this Facebook group, I don't have to. But that's a lot of you. I have been to your stores and I met you because I did go on the road selling diamonds, but I am the most flexible with consignment. And again, lastly, I want to urge you that you should be doing a video like this. It's not that hard. The only way to learn is by doing it. Mark Zuckerberg said done is better than perfect. Mayor Bloomberg said, you know, a good, okay solution now is better than a great one that might never come. You do it today. Just take your phone, turn it around. Your customers want to hear from you. And I wanted to show you how easy it is. So hopefully that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you very much. And keep sparkling.